dirty. And we do have... Wow!
Oh no!
You gotta be kidding
Oh
me.
my goodness!
Qualifying, we witnessed possibly the most shocking event of the 2025 season. Justin Perez, and at the third time of asking, scoring pole position. And the surprises might not end here, because we got 100 laps at a short track, and only God knows what will happen once the checker flag drops. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 7 of the 2025 PSRLA Cup Series. Welcome to the Krispy Kreme 500 at Martinsville Speedway. Hello everybody, my name is Alexandre Vitale. Welcome back to Martinsville Speedway. Yesterday we had qualifying, and as we stated, Justin Perez on his third overall appearance in the PSRLA Cup Series. The second full time, because the first time he tried to qualify for the Atlanta race for my team, Video 7 Just Motorsport, but failed to do so. Scored pole position, and that is surprising on its own right. But what's even more surprising is the fact that Perez has never raced at Martinsville. This is his first ever race, because if you remember, he was a driver last year for in the Grand National Series, and the Grand National Series never raced at Martinsville. We did race at Bristol, but never Martinsville. Bristol being the famous race where Jacob Miller won thanks to pit stop shenanigans, was able to win by lapping the entire field, and that also went on to become the last race overall of the Grand National Series, because then all three series were cut short. But yeah, of course, has been the theme this entire year. We were trying to avoid that same fate. But yeah. So really impressive run for Justin Perez, and since we are official at the first ever proper, not kidding, short track. I made that joke again in qualifying, but I made that joke first in qualifying, but I'll do it again. It's chaos is 100% guaranteed, but how much chaos is, of course, the question isn't when will chaos happen. The question is how big it will be, because again, this is a short track, and while not as extreme as Bristol, it's still a short track. So yeah, this is going to be one chaotic race. Also, there's that little thing that we are sponsored by Krispy Kreme, and races sponsored by Krispy Kreme tend to be pretty messy, so there's that. Now, speaking of Krispy Kreme, as you all know, I tend to not do predictions, because they don't go right most of the time, unless I have a co-commentator, which I don't yet again. I asked them, and then stay quiet. But I'm gonna make an exception for this race and think that I think Nathan Stapleton is going to win this. So because of the now, of course, there's a stupid reason. Of course, the fact that he's connected to Krispy Kreme. One of the sponsors in NS one of the sponsors for in the World Cup Series is Krispy Kreme. For NS Racing is Krispy Kreme, and also he runs the Krispy Kreme National Series. So there's the stupid reason why, but for the smart the smart reason is because. Well, he carries momentum from Homestead. He has already got 2 wins on his own, onto his name now, and I would not be surprised. And he start in the top 5. So I would not be surprised if he's going to score his third win of the season, or at least have a very solid race here in Martinsville. But of course, we will learn once the checker flag drops. And since it was a short track, might as well take care of the qualifying results. And as we stated, the Justin Perez will start on pole position. Second alongside him is Jeffrey Finguy, finished second at Homestead. They will start second here at Martinsville. Then it will be Bernardo Oliveira and Nathan Stapleton third and fourth. Then it'll be Luke Evans, Guillermo Vidal, Roberto Crown Jr., Tom Sloan, Jonathan Carrison, and Holly Anderson Jr. rounding out the top 10. And as we stated, Bradley Ream is the only DNQ of the race. we will see if he can make the field at Trois-Rivières for the second road course event of the race and the first street track event of the calendar. But again, we will get there when we get there. And with that, I don't think we can say anything else other than, guess what, folks? It's time for racing.
Drivers, start them engines!
The command has been given. These cars will roll on the track any second now. There we go. So, Justin Perez and Jeffrey Fingai will lead us to the green flag. And for this race, immediately, cautions will work a little bit differently because with the current system that we use, let's just say it wasn't working. So we're going to use a different caution system for this race as the pace car pulls into the pits. Fingai and Justin Perez will lead us to the green flag out of turn number 4 they go and into the Eco Energy restart zone once again. Thank you for the race, for the track. Green flag is in the air. We're away at Martinsville. Leads lap number 1 after a good launch off the line, but Jeffrey Fingai immediately managed to catch up to that as Bernard de Oliveira battles with Nathan Stapleton for third place. De Oliveira is going to clear the 79 car as Momadel tried to clear Luke Evans, or to pass Luke Evans. Now Stapleton goes on the inside of De Oliveira again into the main straight. And there goes for the lead. Fingai trying to overtake Perez, and Fingai is going to take the lead. And Stapleton cannot overtake De Oliveira for place right now as Perez is putting a big battle for second place for the lead on Fingai, but Fingai is going to clear the 15 car, and Bryce Egan is also already in the pits as is Zachary Fitzwater, and that was close, but that's going to allow him, easily enough. Justin, that's not going to stop Perez from taking the lead away from Fingai, but Perez cannot clear him. And now Perez finally managed to clear the 41 car, but of course he's not going to give up that easily. Stapleton has to deal with the lap car of Zachary Fitzwater. I wonder what happened to the Australian driver, as well as Bryce Egan. You saw there, I think, has a bit of damage, also because of some contact with the 17. Still glued as Martin delivers in third, and now Stapleton clears the 52 of Fitzwater as Perez goes wide again. The Fingai may have a shot at this. He's going to try influencing the 1 and 2, but now he's going to stay behind the 17 car. The 17 goes wide again. There goes Fingai on the inside for the lead. They're still side by side, but Perez is going to clear the 41 yet again. So no dice for the defending champion as Momadel goes past Avery Alford. Fingai still dealing with Perez. The guy is not giving in. Still side by side. Perez clears and he's going his very great defensive work from the brand new guy from the Smart Stable. Of course, Fingai is still there. He's not giving in. That's actually all this battle may allow Bernard Deliver to catch up. And Fingai once again tried to go for the inside on a much less convincing move than previous attempts. 10 laps already in the books. And let's check the rear field. It's Nickel and it's Monaco. Well, the rear field technically it would be Bryce Egan and Zachary Fitzwater because they're a lap down. There's Stapleton, there's Fingai, there's Fitzwater, and Alford dealing with Evans as there's a teammate battle between Woodrow Crown Jr. and Momadel. Momadel clears the one car. And Finga still is unable to find a way to overtake the 17 car. Maybe now. 11 laps in the books, lap number 12. But there he goes. He's going to launch on the inside. And it looks like he's going to make it work. Yes, but it cannot clear him. He's still there. They're still side by side. Finga should technically have the better line. And finally, the 41 car clears him. Clears the 17. Jeffrey Finga up into the lead. And of course, allow Brown to catch up as Nathan Stapleton, Now Finga gets a bit of a safety gap, but of course, Martinsville means nothing. There's the rest of the fielders. Anderson Jr. there is racing in the other lap car a lap down. There's Zaedin Davidson. Top 10 currently wrapped up by Tony Sloan. Now they've pretty much put themselves into some defensive gaps as of right now. Anderson goes wide. Behind has got Keys, but well, of course he's a lap. Keys is Egan. Sorry, there's Blaine Keys. Blaine Keys currently is in 18th, behind ahead of his teammate in Sastrai. There's the Giacomo. There is Carson Miller. Let's look at the rear of the field. Currently, everything is looking fine. There is Jack Haas, who I believe, Jack Haas currently is in 34th, who I currently believe was the last winner at Martinsville last year. I could be wrong, but in the meantime, guess what? These two guys are already catching up to the other lap cars called Fingai and Egan. Only 17 laps in the books. They got Eric Monaco now. Fingai, he's got Eric Monaco on his sides. There's Morbidelli giving a little up to his teammate Roberto Crown Jr. to overtake Luke Evans. Almost make us free wide. He tries to actually go. Almost tried to make a good situation bad. There goes there goes free wide. Morbidelli on the inside. That's gonna send the Crown and Evans on the outside line. He's going to take it that was an amazing move from the Polish driver. And Roberto Crown and actually that allowed Roberto Crown to also overtake Luke Evans. So. That was actually a bit of genius. There was a bit of genius teamwork between Morbidelli and Crown Jr. And now there he goes. So different guy has catched up to the lap cars. The other lap cars. Eric Monaco is ahead of him. As you see there, Anthony Nicol and Philip Torres are battling for what would be, I guess, 47th, I want to say. Yeah, 46th. And there goes De Oliveira tried actually to try for a team move, but that's a much more convincing move on the inside of Perez. De Oliveira should have the line, and through goes Perez. He might try for a double overtake. Finga is still struggling to deal with Monaco. Still side by side between De Oliveira and Perez. And De Oliveira looks like he's going to clear. Yes, he's going to clear the car, and now Stapleton could use the momentum of that to take his place and take the place away from Perez. In fact, Perez goes wide. There goes, and De Oliveira goes for the lead. Stapleton goes and still battles with Perez. Another Finga managed to defend his position from the attack of De Oliveira. And Stapleton clears the 17 car. In fact, he does. There we go. Justin Perez down to 4th place. Now Stapleton goes for second. He wants that second win in a row. His first win. The Fisher put himself. Ooh! Better contact with De Oliveira. Stapleton. Stapleton is going to clear the 59 car. And is still there. Doesn't exactly clear them. Into 1 and 2 they go. And Stapleton is now up to 2nd place. Unless De Oliveira has anything to say about it, but Stapleton's going to shut the door on him, as goes through Jeffrey's teammate Zachary Fitzwater. A lap car, as we have been stating this entire time. Finga is still struggling with Eric Monaco. 25 laps is in the book. 24 laps in the books. Now we got the 25th. There goes Finga. Ooh! Contact between Finga and Monaco, but finally the 41 car clears Monaco. Now he's on a bit of space between himself and a very racy Nathan Stapleton. Stapleton, who's getting all the momentum for the win at Homestead. He wants that third win, and firmly put his name in for title contention. And now Fenga has to deal with Joshua Neely, and it looks like Neely's not going to give him nowhere near the amount of trouble that Monaco gave him. There we go. At least we'll assume. Yep, Fenga goes through Neely, nice and easy. As Stapleton goes through Monaco. There we go. Now he's got his manufacturer teammate. I have a manufacturer mate, should I say more. And Neely's not going to make it hard for Stapleton either. And now he's got, Fenga has got Jack Haas. There goes De Oliveira. Ooh. Oh, De Oliveira tried way too hard on that. Ooh. Banging. There's somebody, they're not wrecking. But Alfred is going through Bruno De Oliveira, and now Justin Perez, my fancy move on that. Alfred goes through the 59 car. What was that all about? But yeah, that was a stupid. I guess we could say that was a very dumb move on De Oliveira's part. Now he's lost the position, and looks like he might lose the second one. In the meantime, Fenga has cleared Haas, and now he's going to clear Tanner Parton. And Parton, a very disappointing, a very terrible season for the 97 car. Pretty much actually the only driver that's had anything good for the team has been Gini Stamalia. As Stapleton clears Haas. There we go. And now Fenga has to deal with Anthony Nicol. Field Paris deals with Neely, and behind him he's got Morbidelli. There's Crum Jr. Evans dealing with Monaco. Holly Anderson Jr. running up the top 10. Still, we've been reflag racing for this entire time. Actually, how many laps is Fenga behind? This is okay, 2 laps down, so he didn't change anything. He overtook Parton. As Alfred goes through the Firework King 97. Now Nicholas put a safety gap between himself and Fenga. And now there's pretty much nobody between the defending champion and the most recent race winner. Newton side by side, Newton Perez clears Tanner Parton, while Morbidelli clears Haas. And Morbidelli brings the momentum to lap Parton. Fenga in the meantime deals with Danny Johnson. It's a very sad thing to see, but unfortunately he's gonna put, and Fenga is gonna put yet another car between himself and Stapleton. Stapleton hit the rear of Johnson. Now he's some damage. Now he's got some damage to that car. Fenga still has to deal with Anthony Nicol. In the meantime, let's check out the rear of the field. There's Brandon Dio and Troy Williams Jr. battling for what would be 24th place. Now let's see, Troy Williams Jr. is going to try to remove him inside of field. And can the checker flag man clear it? Yes, he does. After the 24th place, Williams goes on less. Deal has anything to say about it, which he still does. Let's go back up front. Ooh, okay, bit of a dive bomb between Blaine Keys and Roger Fogelman. We just caught that one up. But in the meantime, actually, oh wait, no, never mind. So Fenga is still leading, but now he's got Avery Alford who managed to climb up to second place. Second is De Oliveira. So Stapleton down to fourth. Now dealing with Garrett Morbidelli. Garrett Morbidelli as Fenga clears Anthony Nicol. Now he's got the Williams Zankar of Hunter Mendoza, while Alford clears Davalio on a bit of a dive bomb. As Fenga finally clears the 42 car, 40 laps are in the books. Still green flag. And we haven't had a single yellow flag this entire run. As De Oliveira now clears Johnson. Battle between, of course, Fitzwater tries to overtake D'Amelio, but of course, Finga is so left down, so it doesn't really matter. This Fing guy, now he's put another car between himself and the dog chasing him, which is now every Alfred rather than Nathan Stapleton. This Fing guy now he's glued to the rear of the Williams and Toyota of Hunter Mendoza. And Finga is going to make short notice of Mendoza. There you go. As looks like Alfred will do the same with Nickel. No, Nickel is actually going to put up a bit of a fight as Finga clears Mendoza. There is D'Amelio finally overtaking D'Amelio. Now he's got moment. Ooh, D'Amelio goes wide. He hit the wall. Almost looked like he was about to spin, and we got a caution. We got a caution. For what reason? We got a caution. Oh, somebody went off the wall. There it is, check the thing, guy. After 45 laps, we are finally at our first caution. Of course, the leaders are going to pit, I would assume. In fact, you do. Bang guy in the pits, followed by Alfred. Yep, Alfred. Then is the Oliveira. Of course, all these guys are lap cars, so they'll have to wait the next lap to make their stop. As we focus on Jeffrey Bang guy. And knock on wood. If things go right, we might finally see a Ford on victory lane, and it's going to be none other than the defending champion doing so. Of course, 4 tires, I would assume, for everybody. Yep, 4 tires for the field, and Alfred is going to win the battle on pit road, so this is going to send Finga into 4th place. Then is Stapleton and Perez. Then is Anderson. Then it would be Williams, Davidson, Crown, Gutierrez, Sloan, Evans, Keys, Carrison, and of course the rest of the field. Of course, pitting are going to be the lapped cars. And that's actually going to send Alfred into the lead. And as they cycle out, let's check the replay to see what caused the first caution of the race. Caution number 1, we are looking at Jonathan Carrison. And look at Ali Anderson Jr. Anderson goes a little bit too overzealous on the overtake attempt, and that's gonna send Carrison into a spin and into the barriers. Damage to that 44 Able Motorsports car, but fortunately everybody was able to avoid him, even although barely by his teammate Tom Sloan as well as his other teammate Henrique Gutierrez. But outside of that, the car is perfectly fine. Let's see little Enkeys go through the 44 car. So yeah, that's despite the damage, Carrison can still continue. Watch again in real time. And there you go. Anderson goes for a dive, but Carrison right there, and the contact is inevitable. He spins on it. So, with that, let's go back to next time. And we're back live here on Martinsville Speedway for the running of the Krispy Kreme 500. We're coming out of the first caution, and we're nearing the halfway point of the race. The top 10 currently is Avery Alford, Brando Oliveira, Gary Movidel, Jeff Fingai. Then it will be Justin Perez. Then it will be Nathan Stapleton, Ali Anderson Jr., Andrew Williams, Zaedin Davidson, and Roberto Crown Jr. And of course, we are going, lap cars are going to leave the outside line. Green flag is in the air once again, back in the green. Alford gets an amazing launch off the line. Second will be the Oliveira, then it will be Movidel third. As everything clear as of right now. Into 2, 1, and 2. I'm gonna go with the lap cars. And lap number 51. Lap number 51. We're officially halfway through the race. Sastra is in the pits. Actually, let me check the situation. How many lap cars? Okay, 26 cars on the late lap. The last one, as we stated, was Sastra. The last remaining lap car, not lap car, the lead lap was Sastra, but doesn't look like it will be now. So that would be no, Dr. Ward will be the last of the lead lap cars. There's Sastra. And there's bunch of lap cars there in Williams Jr., William Ayers, and we got a caution, watch out, ooh, oi, okay, contact between Part and Gardner, and Part is gonna send, ooh, okay, that was scary, I almost fought that, ooh, that's your teammate, buddy, don't do that. But yeah, that could have been disastrous, as now they finally come onto the checker flag, and ooh, what is going on? Bruno, Charlie, what are you guys doing? Hello? Okay, that should have fixed itself, as, hey! Now come on, Bruno, that's cheap. Anyway, Alpha goes into the pits, probably because of damage. As does the Oliveira in the pits, and Morbidelli, so the leader are pitting, and Bruno, what in God's green earth are you doing? Okay, he's gonna let in all the cars through, but in the meantime, Alfred is in the pits, there's Stapleton, and Perez, so considering that both Fengai and Perez should be, are no, actually, no, mind. I think I should be back in the lead of the race, considering that Alpha pitted. Are these guys going to pit as well? Doesn't look like it. So no. I think I will retake the lead of the race here on lap 55, which is about to get completed in a few seconds. There we go. Lap 54 is in the books. Lap number 60-56. Jeffrey Finkai is back in the lead of the race. And with that, let's everybody see what caused the caution. Caution number 2. We saw a glimpse of that in real time during the race, but check this out. RB Gardner squeezed between his teammate William Ayers and Troy Williams Jr. And Williams is going to send Gardner into a spin into the barriers, front and rear, and almost smashes in. Someone else smashes into his teammate. Oskin is dealing with Justin Perez, although Parton and Gardner brush each other, and that's gonna send Parton. That upsets Parton, and that's who in turn is sending Anderson into half spin. And of course, Gardner makes contact with Anderson, sending him on the wrong side of the track for a split second before Anderson gets control back of the car and straightens it back up. But yeah, that could have been a much more nasty accident, but fortunately nothing happened. Watching it in real time. Around goes Gardner. Almost makes contact with Oskin, although makes contact with Martin. Martin spits out Anderson, and Anderson finds himself in the path of Gardner. Again, if Oskin was just that little closer, that would have. Oh, okay. And of course, the little tap. I guess it was to tell him, hey, you almost crashed into, you almost crashed into me. Watch where you're going. But yeah. That is the reason for our second caution of the race. With that, let's go back trackside. We're back live here on Martinsville Speedway for running of the Krispy Kreme 500. We're coming out of the second caution of the race. And the top 10 should be Jeffrey Fingay, then would be Justin Perez, Nathan Stapleton, Andrew Williams, Warren Brown Jr., Angel Gutierrez, Ryan Little, Tom Sloan, Skylar Taylor. Great result for the OSC car, and Luke Evans rounding out the top 10. The pace car pulls into the pits. Fingay has Troy Williams Jr. and the William Ayers as cars that are probably going to be lapped. Like I said, the teammate green flag is here once again. We're back racing. And Fingay knocked down by black cars is not gonna get a good start. He's not gonna get a good start. All clear in the first two corners. As now Gardner clears the 96 and the 41 to lap himself, at least for now. As goes through the 41 lapping, Troy Williams Jr. Now he's got Gardner in the sights. And looks like he might make it pretty quick. Glue to the rear of that 24 PS Motorsports car. And through goes Fingay to lap Gardner once again. Now he's got one more car and he's pretty much got clear air in front of him. There's Anderson. That car is completely destroyed. It's turned into a trademark PSRLA modified series car. And we got Nathan Stapleton in third place. Quite a distance from Justin Perez. Justin Perez with a lot of damage to that car. As Fingay clears William Ayers, is going to clear William Ayers, and there you go. Finally clears all the lap cars. Now Fingay has plenty of clean air ahead of him. Next car is Justin Perez, who, unlike Fingay, has a lot of dirty air to deal with, and so does Stapleton. There is Andrew Williams. Great result for the 82 car if the result stands. As the 96 goes past the William Ayers, all the last place positions. There is the battle for second place. Stapleton goes on the inside of Perez. And Perez still side by side. Stapleton has the inside line, the better line, and he's going to clear the 17 car. Nathan Stapleton for second place, but now he's got Samadowskin, the left car Samadowskin in front of him, and it's not going to be an easy one. It's not going to be an easy process. As the 95 of George Fogelman rounds up the top 10. There goes Fingay. Yes, sure, Fingay. Stapleton dealing with Oskin. Nice and easy for the Toyota man. There's Joshua Carrison. The next driver should be lapped by Fingay. Stapleton, as we saw, went through Simon Oskin. Now Justin Perez has to deal with the Swedish driver. Andrew Williams, in the meantime, has to deal with the two lap cars of Neely and Carton. As Brown deals with Monaco, the teammate of Williams. There's some Sloan, Jimmy Stamelio, Anthony Mendoza. Anthony Mendoza, that should be, he is currently we're racing 33rd, a lap down. And we've got a caution. For what reason? No reason whatsoever. I mean, we saw there, I think it was Gutierrez in the pit, so maybe something must have happened to him. But we got a caution. There's Gutierrez in the pits. Third caution of the race. Field. Let's check out the field. There we go. The pace car now has the field. Now we are 31 laps. We should be 31 laps to go once Fingay crosses the line. Lap number 69 is in the books. Now 31 laps to go here at Martinsville. And looks like nobody's going to pit, except as we saw, should I say, more Gutierrez, probably because something went wrong with that car. But yeah, And with that, let's check the replay to see what caused the caution. Caution number 3, if I don't correct, number 3 or 4. And we're looking at Angel Gutierrez, and his engine gives up. How did that even happen? I have absolutely no clue. But the engine just gave away, and it would be a problem. Well, it would be sort of a problem if it wasn't for the fact that apparently the engine had, as you can see, the car was slowing down massively, and it's basically coming to a stop in the middle of the track. So whatever happened to that engine, it was just straight up dead. And unfortunately, Gutierrez is still slowing down. Now he stops, and unfortunately, that is the cause for the caution, as well as the DNF for Angel Gutierrez. Watch it in real time. Gutierrez engine gives it the ghost. Again, I have no idea how that even happened on the short track, but it did. Both Taylor and the Haas managed to avoid them. Everybody managed to avoid them, and there goes the 45 car stopping in the middle of the track and out on the pits for retiring. And with that, let's go back trackside. And we're back live here on Martinsville for the running of the Krispy Kreme 500, coming out of the caution. And the top 10 is currently Jeffrey Finn, Nathan Stapleton, Justin Harris, Andrew Williams, Robert Brown Jr., Thomas Sloan, Ryan Little, Brandon Beal, Reggie Fogelman, and Luke Evans. So 3 of the 4 cars for Smart Motorsports in the top 10. Philip Torres is in 16th. Green flag will be on lap number 74. Everything guy now has gotten a very strong Nathan Stapleton. Back on the green they go. Stapleton now is dealing with his teammate and Fitzwater on the outside, but and Fitzwater is putting up a fight against the 79 car, of course, to defend his teammate, who is now challenging for the win. And that would be a good way to possibly mount up a charge for the title, to prove that the 2024 title wasn't a fluke. Lap number 76 is lap number 76. Extensive damage to Gardner's car. There is delivered the pits, and we are on the caution once again. We are under caution once again, and there goes the Oliveira. And at this point, I would assume that pit stops should not be an issue anymore because of how many laps they're doing under caution. So 24 laps, I want to say, left on the left. 24 laps to go. As this is happening, let's check the replay to see what caused the caution. Under caution, once again, we're looking at Reggie Fogelman, and look at what Hunter Mendoza is going to do. Mendoza looked like he was in the clear, but he wasn't. He makes contact with Fogelman, sends Fogelman into half spin into the barriers, and unfortunately Taylor has absolutely nowhere to go to avoid the 95 car that's just stopped right in front of her and smashes into the 95 car. In real time, we're watching. Goes out, thinks he was clear, but wasn't. Around goes Fogelman, and boom! Through goes Taylor. don't think that neither Taylor nor Fogelman should have enough damage, but of course, it doesn't really matter. And with that, let's get back to track style. And we're back live here on Martinsville Speedway for the Krispy Kreme 500. We're coming out of the caution, and we will be 20 laps to go. Once the green flag drops, everything guy leads. Then it's Nathan Stapleton. Then is Justin Perez, Andrew Williams, Robert Crown Jr., Tom Sloan, Ryan Little. Then it will be Luke Evans, Brandon Beal, and Skylar Taylor rounding out the top 10. The pace car pulls into the pits once again. No. Okay, that was the time. Okay, apologies. Apologies, that was a technical difficulties. For a split second, I thought the game was going to crash. There's green flag is in here once again. Guy has clean air ahead of him. Stapleton is dealing once again with Williams and Fitzwater. As Nordy Oliveira, because of that pit stop, now is down in early last places. As Fitzwater plays the role of wingman to perfection for his teammate, who, as we said, has got plenty of clean air ahead of him. Stapleton now has to watch himself from Justin Perez. Yeah, it has to be said. Amazing race from start to finish. I mean, amazing race from start to finish, and this goes to show 3 cars again. 3 smart motorsports cars in top 10 out of 4. This should tell you that the short track package for this team has been nothing but fantastic. That shows that the short track package for Smart is absolutely fantastic. There's a George Frank with Samaras again. Ooh, there's Samaras going to get into. You saw they're going for a dive bomb. As Stapleton puts a safety gap between himself and Perez. But the thing is, Stapleton, if he wants to win his third win, he has to do it now because time is running out. 16 laps to go here at Martinsville. And Jeffrey Finguy, unless something happens, should have this one in the bag. There's a from Jr. Lapping William Ayers. Currently, Crown is in 5th. 15 laps to go left for Jeffrey Finguy. And what could possibly the first win for Ford, as well as the first win for Ryan Racing and the first win for Finguy in 2025. And that's going to be a big morale boost for everybody in that team. Finguy, as we said, first and foremost. As Williams has now catched up to the 17 of Justin Perez. Let's see if Williams is going to try for an overtake somewhat soonish. There's Carson Miller dealing with the modified car of Hallie Anderson Jr. Finguy completes that on a lap. Looking at this battle for what would be third place for the bronze medal. Williams looking to find behind good place to overtake Perez. Perez with a very good defensive, some very good defense. 11 laps to go left for Jeffrey Finguy. And looks like Stapleton at this point might as well just save second place. It's not going to be a win, but considering that the championship leader is down in the standings, is probably not going to just settle for a good points day. Actually, wait, Davidson's in 15th, so yeah, at this point I would assume Stapleton is going to let Finguy win and settle for a good points day. As Williams, contact between Perez and Williams. He goes on the inside, Perez on the outside, into the main straight. 10 laps to go left here at Martinsville. Williams goes through Perez. But he actually overshoots it. That's gonna lock Crown through Perez. He goes side by side between Perez and Crown. Williams manages to overtake Perez and avoid getting overtaken by Crown. Crown is right behind him as Crown clears Perez. In the meantime, 8 laps to go for Jeffrey Finguy. Now it's going to be a battle for third place between the two teammates who were for the record, battling for the win at Las Vegas. So it looks like no love lost against these four between these two. Let's check out the rear of the field. There's Jenny Johnson, with Jack Haas. There's Avery Alford. There's Mariano Oliveira. Very, very disappointing end of the race for him. He was in the top 5 for virtually the entire race, and now he's stuck in the rear of the field currently. Where is he? Come to think of it, he is in 16th. Okay, no, I mean, it's a top 20 spot, but considering that he was in the top 5 and challenging for the win, that's gonna be pretty disappointing. 7 laps to go left for Jeffrey Finguy, who's now dealing with the modified car of Anderson. Unless something happens. 6 laps to go now to become 5 laps to go for Jeffrey Finguy. As Wilcom Jr. has actually overtaken Andrew Williams, now Crown is in 3rd place. 4th is Williams. There's Justin Perez. Abigano's lap car has theirs. There's the next lead lap. Ryan Little in 6th. I've actually really another good result for Otter Island Motorsport with both cars in the top 10. This other Finguy touching the rear of Anderson. And the Finguy is going to clear the 20 car nice and easy. There we go. Stapleton, 3 laps to go for Jeffrey Finguy as he clears the 29 of Carson Miller. Now he's dealing with both Johnson and Davenport. Williams goes through Mendoza and maybe Miller as well. There we go. 2 laps to go for Jeffrey Finguy as clears Johnson as well as Davenport, I would assume. There it goes side by side between Finguy and Davenport, and that's going to just lap up. There we go. Through to turn number 4 into the main straight. 1 lap to go for Jeffrey Finguy. Just 4 corners left for the 41 car to finally score his first win and finally break Ford's winless streak. And ladies and gentlemen, Jeffrey Finguy wins the Krispy Kreme 500. Finally, a Ford in victory lane. Second will be Nathan Stapleton. Third will be Roberto Brown Jr. Fourth will be Andrew Williams. Then it will be Justin Perez. Still amazing result for the 17 car for City. This is his first ever race ever at Martinsville. Then it will be Ryan Little, but very positive day for both Otter Island Motorsports cars. Tom Sloan, Luke Evans. Then it will be Garrett Movidell, and then it will be Brandon Beal. So 3 smart motorsports cars in the top 10. Another great result for. So again, that shows you how good that short track package is for Smart Motorsports. And we got confirmation. Jeffrey Finguy wins the Krispy Kreme 500 at Martinsville Speedway. The first win of the season, as well as the first win for Ford. That would be Nathan Stapleton. Great result for the 79 try driver. It almost looked like he was going to challenge for the win, but he's going to settle for a good points day. Then it will be Roberto Crown Jr. in 3rd, Andrew Williams in 4th, Justin Perez in 5th, Ryan Loudon in 6th, Tom Sloan, Luke Evans, Gary Movidell, and Brandon Beal rounding up the top 10. 19 cars on the lead lap, and the only retirement is Angel Gutierrez with a clutch failure. And Danny Johnson, Zachary Fitzwater, and Bryce Egan are the only drivers 2 laps down. Oh dear God! Oh, we're finally done with this race. I mean, okay, time to break kayfabe a little bit, but we have been trying to record this race. I've been trying to record this race for like 2 days. And now I finally got a race that I can call good. And yeah, also I might as well say immediately, yes, better caution was removed for this race because that thing actually caused the game to crash. And it turns out that if I remove that, the race just runs just fine. So yeah, there's also a reason why we had this weird caution system for this race because we didn't have better cautions on. No, I know Joel is probably going to protest that, but it was either that or delay or cancel a race or delay it to another date, and I decided to go for the first pick. But yeah, so that was actually a really really decent race. I mean, I'm actually surprised that for like the entire for the first half of the race, everything went clean, considering that in our previous attempts we usually get 2 cautions by lap 10. But yeah, I'm actually surprised that's how clean the race was. Then of course all hell broke loose by the second half, but still, I'd take this over actually having no race at all. So yeah, there's that. And of course, as we finally stated, Ford finally wins a race after 8 races where they couldn't score couldn't score a single win, and that's definitely going to help. That's definitely going to help the morale of Jeffrey Finguy, because thanks to that, maybe we could see a comeback for the 41 car and prove the championship in 2024 wasn't a fluke. But of course, we're still super early in the season, and next race is at a straight track. So yeah, there's plenty to be excited about, but also plenty to be scared for. And with that, let's check out the championship standings after the race, shall we? And we're back at Martinsville Speedway for the Krispy Kreme 500 that has just finished. As for the championship standings, Zaedin Davidson will keep the lead of the championship. However, his lead has been cut to just 3 points from Nathan Stapleton. Roberto Crown Jr. will jump another place to be in third, 11 points behind the Ford driver. Then Philip Torres loses 2 places to be in 5th. Then is Trey Williams Jr., Gary Movedell, Ryan Little, Tom Sloan, and Jeffrey Finguy, who thanks to the win jumps into the top 10. And he is, for its purposes, the biggest jumper with 8 positions. While the biggest loser would be, if we don't count Nia Marinacci because of obvious reasons, that would be Angel Gutierrez, who, because of their retirement, drops 5 places to 25th. So yeah, and of course Daniel Johnson loses 3 places. Justin Perez now jumps 3 places thanks to that great result. But yeah, and that's basically that. These are the championship standings after this race. And as we stated, the next race is going to be the Circuit de Trois-Rivières in Canada, north of the border. So again, that's, as I said, that's going to be really exciting, but also really scary because, well, I mean, one thing that I would expect is, honestly, one thing that I'm sort of expecting is Gary Movedell to actually do great, because if you remember last year, Movedell, he came into the PSRLA around the time we were racing in Canada, and he was fantastic in those races. So I would not be surprised if Movedell had a really solid performance in the Canadian races. So yeah, there's that, and I guess there's nothing else to be said other than this has been a special edition of the 2025 PSRLA Cup Series for the Famous Center Network. I'm Alex Amidala, and join us next time for round 8 of the championship at Trois-Rivières. So long, everybody, from Martinsville. Congratulations again to Jeffrey Finguy.